On September 23, 2021, a woman in New York noticed a man following her late at night. She had seen him moments earlier on the street. When she entered her building, he also walked in right behind her. Inside the lobby, he ran toward her, but she shut her apartment door just in time.
Hey, yo, miss.
A neighbor's doorbell camera recorded the moment he tried to get her to open it, but eventually, he gave up.
Papi, open up the door, bro.
Cops searched for him for 2 weeks, and later, he was identified as a 41-year-old Orisha Lucky, who had 37 prior arrests for burglary. He was taken into custody soon after. A young girl was seen walking alone in a Knoxville neighborhood. Then, she went up to a house, and this is what a Ring doorbell caught.
Hello?
Hello, can you drive me?
What do you want?
I want you to drive my friends.
Drive?
Yeah, drive me to my friends.
No, thank you. Leave the property.
The request felt odd, almost like a setup, so the homeowner refused and told her to leave. Her sudden appearance left the neighborhood confused about what had actually happened and why she needed help from a stranger. They weren't able to identify the girl. In Las Vegas, a person walked into a house through an unlocked sliding door and took a bag from the living room. No one inside noticed a thing. The intruder left the same way without breaking anything. Later, the footage showed the entire act took only a few seconds. There was no forced entry, just an open door. And it almost looked like he had been planning to get this bag long before. What was inside that he needed so badly? What would you do if someone stood outside your door in the middle of the night? This recording shows a woman arriving at a stranger's home at 1:15 a.m. She seemed to believe her father lived there, but as soon as the homeowner responded through the speaker, she quickly left.
Hi, Dad.
Hello?
It's 1:15 in the morning.
No one in the house knew her, and they had no idea why she chose their home twice. Was she simply lost? Late one night, Mandy checked her home security camera and found something strange. The footage showed her snow-covered yard, and a faint figure stood near the edge of the frame. When slowed down, the shape looked like someone watching from the dark. But she lives in a pretty remote area, so it wouldn't make sense for anyone to just stand there. Mandy had already been dealing with odd activity around her home. Her CCTV often caught mysterious dark shapes moving at night. Mandy still doesn't know what appeared in her yard, and the mystery remains unsolved. A Ring doorbell captured a man walking through a quiet condo complex late at night, holding what looked like an axe. People online quickly connected the clip to the Milford homicide, claiming he resembled the suspect arrested in the case. That claim spread fast, and neighbors started paying even closer attention to the footage. Many wondered if someone linked to a violent crime and carrying a weapon had been moving through their street before the arrest. However, nothing has been officially confirmed. Now, if you're enjoying my videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps me creating new stories every week, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. On the first night after installing a new doorbell camera in Windham County, the homeowner kept getting alerts. When he checked the footage, he realized how lucky he was to look before stepping inside. A black bear was standing right at the door, sniffing around the porch and moving across the entryway. Fortunately, it didn't act aggressively and wandered off before morning. A young man stands at the door of a house and keeps pressing the doorbell. He tries to look through the window, checking if anyone is inside. The homeowner sees it on their camera and immediately calls the police. Within minutes, officers reach the spot and detain the stranger before he can leave. The incident ends quickly, leaving only the footage of a man whose intentions were unclear, but suspicious enough to share. A confused man appeared on a homeowner's porch late at night. He said he needed to go to a mental hospital. Take a look.
The hospital.
Who?
The hospital.
The hospital?
The mental hospital.
You want the mental hospital? Sit down. Sit right there.
Allegheny, please.
All right, sit right there.
Thank
Sit
you.
right there. Sit right there. Tell him to get on the ring. Tell him to get on the ring. Sit down. Sit down. I'm going to call the police. Sit down.
I'm sitting.
No, he needs a hospital. You want a blanket?
No, that's okay. Thank you.
Where did you come from?
Nowhere.
Okay?
Will do. Thank you.
I'm scared. Like, you're scaring me because nobody...
No, don't even be scared.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're helping me a great deal.
Where did you come from?
I don't know.
Are you drunk?
No.
Do you live around here? Do you know? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
Now go get a pair of socks and some shoes. What size shoes? Get them some shoes. Smoke, you got some old shoes?
She called the police for help, but they took almost 20 minutes to arrive. And before they showed up, the man suddenly ran off and nearly hit 2 cars while leaving. Officers searched the area, but never found him. Who was he, and why did he leave? Let's hope he is okay. A man checked his doorbell camera and noticed a terrifying detail. Someone wearing a hoodie was standing in front of his house on December 9th at 22:18, just 2 minutes after he'd entered his home at 22:16. He explained that it wasn't him in the footage, and he hadn't seen or heard anyone outside. So had someone followed him home that night? And did he unknowingly walk inside just moments before a dangerous situation could have happened? Leah Amberly was at home in Allen, Texas, after putting her 2 sons to bed. She went to take a bath, not knowing that 2 men had already broken into the house. At first, she thought the noise was her husband, until the bathroom door suddenly burst open. The men, dressed in black, grabbed her phone and left her trapped in the bathroom. She ran to check on her kids, found them safe, and tried calling for help through her devices, but nothing worked. So she set off the house alarm and ran inside. She tried calling her neighbors, but no one picked up, so she rang a doorbell, hoping someone would see the alert.
Jake! Jake!
What's going on?
Call the police!
Call the police?
Please!
What happened?
I was in the bath. I thought you were home. Someone brought her back to where these 2 guys walked in. I begged them not to hurt the kids.
One neighbor did, and police arrived within minutes, but no suspects were found. Now many people are questioning her decision to leave her children inside the house with the burglars still around.
As I'm looking at the guy saying, take whatever you want, just don't hurt my kids, don't hurt my kids, he steps closer to me and goes, don't fucking move, stay right here, don't fucking move or I'm going to kill you. Like, he's just yelling in my face and threatening me.
Some are even doubting her story altogether, wondering if the whole thing was staged for TikTok views. A man in Honolulu walked up to a house. When no one answered, he stepped inside.
Yeah! Where's my wallet, bro? Why are you yelling at me, dude?
There was no clear reason for why he entered, but he had already crossed into someone else's home. The situation ended without harm, but it was still alarming. A stranger had walked into a random house in broad daylight. A woman in Vietnam stepped outside to turn on her porch lights when she saw a small, dark figure running. She moved closer to see what it was, but then she ran back in fear. In the footage, the creature looks humanoid. It has arms and legs shaped like a person, but its size is far too small for any human. Unfortunately, she never shared what she saw. Could it be a gnome or a duende, or just a small animal? A parent rushed into the living room after hearing their toddler cry. Nothing looked wrong, but the child was scared and shaking. So to understand what happened, the family checked their security camera. The footage showed something terrifying. The child suddenly rose a few feet off the ground and dropped straight back down. That's when the child screamed loudly. The slowed clip showed no strings, shadows, or camera errors. Could it be anything paranormal, or just advanced editing? A woman shows up at a home late at night and seems to check if the door is unlocked. When it doesn't open, she leans toward the window and tries to look inside, as if searching for another way in. After a few moments, she gives up and walks away. The homeowner later saw this on her camera and was terrified. Why was she there? What was she hoping to find? A Reddit user named Base Shadow shared Ring camera footage of a girl who showed up at his door late at night. She knocked, hid whenever car lights passed, and then suddenly ran off. Worried about her safety, he posted the clip online to see if anyone recognized her. Viewers later suggested she might be Christia Nicole Cardo, a local offender from El Paso known for break-ins. The lights in the footage even looked like a police car, which supported that idea. Base Shadow said he handed the video over to police, but they never responded, leaving the whole situation a mystery. A Reddit user checked their doorbell footage after receiving several notifications, but what they saw left them speechless. A stranger walked up to their house and removed the mailbox from the wall. It was empty, and nothing else around the porch was touched. The homeowner filed a police report and provided the video, but officers said the footage didn't show enough detail to identify the person. With no clear face and no clue why someone would take an empty mailbox, the reason behind the incident remains unknown. On November 5th, 2025, people in Woodland, California woke up at around 5:20 a.m. to a sudden loud boom in the sky. The sound started with a sharp whistle and ended in a heavy blast strong enough to shake homes. Security cameras recorded it, and many said their windows and doors rattled. Later, authorities were called, but no clear reason was found. There were no explosions, no aircraft problems, and no missile tests. Some guessed it might be a meteor or a sonic boom from a fast jet. Others mentioned a small quake or a secret test. The cause remains unknown. This homeowner was lucky they had a doorbell camera. As the woman walks up to their doorstep, she reaches for a package, until she notices the camera. Her expression changes instantly, and she pretends she never meant to touch it. The clip went viral since so many people deal with package theft. Have you ever had something like this happen to you? This Reddit user didn't think much when he received Ring camera footage from his brother after his brother noticed something terrifying. Something near the foot of the bed lifted quickly, and then dropped again. But after watching it a second time, something didn't add up. The bed is queen size, and the brother's wife is short. Her head stayed in the exact same place, even her body didn't move. If it had been her leg, the angle and position didn't match at all. The more he replayed the clip, the more it seemed like something else caused that sudden motion. A man shared a photo taken on the day his late mother's house caught fire. Fire trucks and responders were in the frame, but something else stood out. A bright figure appeared near the flames, shaped almost like an angel. Many believed the angel was watching over the family during their loss, and the man agreed, saying the photo brought him a sense of peace. A man in Atlanta was walking up the stairs in an apartment building when he spotted a food delivery left outside a door. He paused and checked the receipt to see what was inside. Apparently, it was a good meal because he decided to take it with him, unaware he was being recorded by a doorbell camera. One night, a family's Ring camera caught something unsettling. In their yard stood a toy cart with a doll inside. Suddenly, the handle lifted on its own, and a moment later, the wheels began to turn. The cart rolled forward with no one around and nothing visible that could have caused it. They lived deep in the woods, so it wouldn't make sense for anyone to prank them. It left them wondering if the woods around their home might be haunted. A girl was walking home when she realized 2 men were following her. Her doorbell camera caught the moment she slipped inside her house just in time. As she locked the door, one of the men grabbed the handle and pushed it. He then signaled to the other man while holding a cloth, which many people believe may have been soaked with chloroform to drug her. When her mother shouted the police were being called, both men quickly took off. It's chilling to think what could have happened if she hadn't made it inside at the very last second. A woman in Stockton checked her camera at 2 a.m. and saw her neighbour pouring diesel on her porch. He left soaked rags and tried several times to ignite the fuel, but failed, then left. She quickly called 911. Firefighters and police arrived and confirmed the suspect was 38-year-old Guang Pam from across the street. He was arrested for attempted homicide and arson, but what he told officers was bizarre, that he was trying to get rid of ghosts he believed were around the house. Neighbors said he often acted strangely and had a history of drug use, so perhaps that explains everything. In March 2022, a doorbell camera in San Antonio recorded a man walking up to a house. He tried to remove the camera, then checked the door. When it wouldn't open, he pulled a crowbar from his backpack and tried forcing the lock. But then, this happened.
What you wanna do?
He heard screaming from inside, and he ran. Police later identified him as Sebastian Beltran and arrested him. He told officers he fled after hearing children scream, saying he has a heart. He claimed he was struggling with money. Either way, the break-in attempt landed Sebastian in jail. On December 26, 2018, around 2 in the morning, John Tharp's girlfriend stepped outside to leave for work. She saw a man in a tank top walking through their yard, even though the temperature was near freezing at 27 degrees. She called John immediately. They later checked the CCTV footage, and the figure didn't look normal. Its movement and shape seemed unusual, and the clip raised more questions than answers. Some think it was a glitch, but others believe it might have been something unexplained. A security camera in a small rural area recorded something that shocked everyone who watched it. After a few seconds, a dark shape slips out of one building and moves quickly toward another. It crosses the open space in one smooth motion and disappears the moment it reaches the opposite wall. Some say the video was edited, but others are convinced the camera captured something unexplained. Late at night in Chicago, a neighbor rang someone's doorbell.
Hello, my name's Hayden. I'm one of your neighbors. I believe someone tried coming into my house, and my dad chased them out. I was inside the house, so I didn't get to see the second part. But my dad, I know he chased them out. There's a camera that you guys have facing that way. My dad's missing now, and if I could please come back tomorrow and see if like the camera footage from. Thank you, and I'll come back tomorrow. I apologize for that.
It seems the man was telling the truth. I mean, why would he make that up? But the poster left us without answers. What had happened to his father? Was he ever found? Did they capture it on camera? We don't know. At 3 a.m., a Reddit user saw something on their security camera in the neighborhood. It showed something moving quickly between two parked cars. The Redditor explained they have some crazy neighbors who might let their kids out late, but something about this feels eerie. They said either that family is even creepier than they thought, or something paranormal is haunting the neighborhood. One evening, a homeowner in Kennewick, Washington, captured their neighbor on camera. It's unclear what sparked his fury or why he targeted that house. Even the homeowner seems confused, having no memory of any strange encounters with this person before. Sadly, no updates about the situation have been shared. A woman had recently installed cameras to keep an eye on her new kitten while she was at work. She had lived alone for months without any strange activity. But one weekend, while she and the kitten were out of town, her phone started blowing up with motion alerts for nearly 2 hours from both her dining room and living room cameras. At first, every time she checked, nothing appeared on screen. Then, one clip finally showed something. The living room camera captured what looked like a small arm and part of a face moving along the edge of her coffee table. The movement didn't react when she spoke through the camera. It continued for hours, and then disappeared before morning. Ever since that night, she's noticed more orbs drifting through the house on camera, but she still has no explanation for what the cameras recorded. One night around Halloween, while the homeowner was out, they got a notification from their Doorbell camera app. What they saw was terrifying. A clown walked up to the porch, dropped a stained bag, and peered through the window. Then he spotted the security camera and stared straight into it with a creepy smile. Whether the homeowner ever found the bag is unknown. Was it all just a prank? Mommy Whalepedia, a parenting YouTube creator known for her wholesome family content, shocked her viewers with footage from her own CCTV. For about a week, she had noticed strange human-like shapes appearing on her security cameras. But since her system had no memory card, she decided to stay up late and watch the live feed herself. Then, one night, she finally captured it. On the monitor, a transparent woman in a gown appeared, sitting quietly in the courtyard, facing the main entrance. At first, she thought it might just be a glitch, but this same figure had appeared on multiple cameras, in the same spot. So what was really caught on camera that night? And for creepy encounters, watch this next one.